All right, we are recording. I'm going to try to get a little bit of a better audio balance this time. But
If you need me to change anything, speak louder or quieter, let me know.
now I think you're good. I think the problem is that this has always been a problem for me. I have such a variance in my tone that it's very hard to kind of lock me in somewhere because I don't have any sort of compression or anything, so whatever.
I
We'll
guess
just
you're a
go with
former
this.
editor, so you can empathize. I feel like whenever I used to listen to Sully Singleton, that's a phrase I can use now.
Yes,
Uh,
back in the day.
Brad, Brad had a level, and then Eric was always 20% lower. So I feel like I would listen
Yes.
to it, and Brad would be at the right volume, and then Eric would come in, and I'd be like, have to turn my head, can I hear it?
Yeah, and on their voices are completely different too, right? So, like for
Yeah.
example, I would personally edit an episode, and the audio would seem totally reasonable with no background noise, and then I would like listen to it in the car, and you could only hear Brad. It was terrible. I hated it. I'll go first.
Sounds good.
Um, this deck's weird. I feel like this is the kind of hand I'm supposed to keep, even though I actually can't play a single card in it right now.
Maybe.
Exactly. I'd feel even more comfortable if I were on the draw, but it's a very weird deck for me to pilot. Not weird bad, just like weird because I didn't quite get all that I wanted. So it has
I mean,
some
you're
rough
you're you're
edges.
1-0. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Yeah, we've got the same record. All right, I'm just gonna keep. I think this
Okay.
deck also it behooves you to not think too hard.
I will also keep.
Sweet. All right, good luck. Gonna play a
You too.
forest and pass.
Okay. I will draw, play an island, play a moon snare prototype, and then I will
Okay,
pass.
a turn one play. I don't even think I'm capable of those.
It does nothing unless I, draw other cards.
Down one card. Hell yeah. All right, well, that was a pretty good draw. I'm going to play a Guild Gate and pass. See, I just had to have faith. This is a Simic Faith deck.
Untap and draw. I'm gonna play a land, and I'm gonna play Malevolent Rumble.
Constantly just playing cards that are good.
Take a token, and then reveal the top 4. And I'm gonna put, let's see.
Any permanent.
I'm gonna put Case of the Filched Falcon into my hand.
That card's interesting.
Yeah.
Let me jot that down real quick. Now that I've got my like list, so to speak. It's called Case of the Filched Falcon.
The Maltese Falcon ripoff.
All right.
Actually, no, sorry, one sec. Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
So my kids are flying home tonight with my wife, and they're in the airport right now,
Oh man.
and I'm getting pictures of what they're doing, and it's pretty hilarious.
That's sweet.
My daughter's doing yoga on the floor.
Wow. Let me think here. I think so. You're gonna have 3/4/5 mana next turn. I don't know why I'm acting like there's something I can do about that. Let me just hold up my counter spells.
You have at least one counter spell, right?
I
Crab.
don't. I guess. I guess I do have the crab. Just revealing my entire fact that I don't have that in my hand. I do think I'm gonna pass here though.
It could be some kind of double bluff. You don't know.
Yeah,
spell or
sure.
ability?
I couldn't
Okay.
even open cockatrice earlier. I think you're fine. Go ahead.
Okay, untap, draw. Okay. So I'm going to tap the spawn,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to play a tireless provisioner.
Okay. It was a double bluff. I'm always on.
It's okay. I can't pay 3. That's fine. Let's see. What do I want to do? Yeah, I'm gonna play a bountiful landscape, and I'm gonna crack it and go
Sounds
get
good.
an island. And then I will pass.
Sweet. All right. Well, getting rid of the tireless provisioner feels pretty important right now. As for what I'm doing next, I think... Yeah. So the other thing I was toying around with playing was this Pilgrim's Eye. So I'll go ahead and play that.
Sounds
And
good.
I'm going to go get an island to my hand, and then I'm just going to play that island. And I'll pass.
Okay. Untap, draw. Okay.
Shields are
I'm gonna
down.
play a forest. I'm going to cast a shardless agent.
Yeah.
So agent
What are we
is
getting
technically on the
here?
stack. I'm just gonna put it here though.
Yep. That'll do
I'm
it.
getting a Serent Steel Steaker. Agent's gonna
Damn.
enter, gonna trigger Steel Steaker.
That's fantastic.
So is it, let's see, look at the top card. I'm not sure if I revealed it or not. View top 1 card. I'm going to keep that on top.
Okay.
I'm
Likelihood of
going
being a
to
land, pretty low.
play a current case of the Filched Falcon.
Great.
I'm going to create a clue token. I'm going to sacrifice male Drowsy Spawn.
Did you
Tap
want
the
to
forest.
look at the top card of your deck?
No, I know what it is, and it's gonna stay there. I'm gonna play Idle of Oblivion. I'm gonna look at the top card. It's gonna stay there.
Okay,
I'm gonna
yeah. I was
tap
going to
Idle of
keep asking.
Oblivion because I made a clue token. I'm gonna draw a
Yes.
card.
Sounds good.
And then I will
I'm in
pass.
danger. Yeah, but I have a 1/1
I'm in
flyer. So
True, you do have a 1/1 flyer.
I play an island.
Oh, and at the end step, the case of the Filched
True.
Falcon solves.
Okay. Okay. This was never going to be an easy game. I think I'm going to cast a replication specialist.
Yep.
And I'm going to pass.
Okay. I will untap. Draw. I'm gonna pay actually here. I'm gonna pay 2 and play a Welcome to Sweet Tooth.
Sure. Yep.
Going to make a human token. I'm going to draw a card off Idol of Oblivion.
Doing great things.
I'm gonna play a forest.
Did that card get downshifted, or is he breaking rarity for that?
I guess he's breaking. Oh, actually, I think it's. I thought it originally was a uncommon. I wonder if I actually got upshifted. But
Let me see about that while you're doing your stuff.
It's in like every commander deck. It was an uncommon in at least Modern Horizons 3 commander. Okay, sorry.
Yes, I think that is the only time. It looks like it was rare in like all 11, all 12 other printings it's had. Wow,
Nice.
okay. That'll be an interesting one. I should probably add
Um,
that to my list too. Don't mind me, just
Yeah, no
When
worries.
Lou watches this is going to be his favorite part every time I go, let me just tab out real quick. Let me add that one to my list.
I think I'm just gonna dump a lot of stuff on the battlefield.
That seems really bad for me.
A Combine Chrysalis.
Yes, the Combine.
Creature tokens now have flying.
Terrible.
And that's gonna trigger the Steel Seeker. Oh, that's a forest, so it goes in my hand. And then I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast a Glimmer Bairn.
Oh boy, here we go.
And then I think I'm going to pass.
Okay. I just need like 16 naturalizes that cost 0 mana. This is the kind of situation I look at and like, Cavs is really upset about Manglehorn, and I'm looking at this now like, yeah, let me just play a Manglehorn. That'll really get you. Like,
I will say the game I lost to is he curved out on me and I just couldn't answer stuff. He went 1, 2, 3, 4. And I was like, okay, that's aggressive.
yeah. Honestly, so far I feel like things are relatively balanced here. I haven't seen anything that makes me go, okay. The only thing I guess that comes close is the discussion that me and Cavs had about just red focused aggro in general having a hard time, but I think those are fixable problems pretty easily.
There's a couple of cards that I'm thinking about that he may want to consider. I feel like, if I'm remembering this correctly, a lot of the like red sack an X to deal damage cards are creatured, and I think if you did it to any target, it would help a lot.
True. Man, okay. I need to read through your board real quick. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5 artifacts right now. You've got human token has flying. That's currently the only thing with flying, though. Certainly, if you get up to 8 mana, you can make a 10/10 flyer. That's obviously a thing. Next turn, you'll be getting a food token, if I recall correctly, from the Welcome to Sweet Tooth. And you also have...
This deck is not easy to play.
Case solved. Oh, I believe it. You cannot channel that, so that's just a Springleaf Drum. And then you've got your clue. Got Sarenth doing stuff. Obviously, you have Glimmer Baron. Glimmer Baron can currently kill 2, 3 with the food token. Okay. Just assessing how you have a lot of things. It's just hard to tell how, like, I had to make sure I wasn't just like secretly dead on board, right? Like it's, and I'm not. At least not yet. I don't think
you are.
I don't think so. I guess I shouldn't say that too confidently. Moments before disaster. All right. I think what I want to do here, we're going to get a 1, 2, 3. And we're going to play a Sailor of Means. And upon entering, assuming it does enter.
Yes.
All right, I'll go ahead and Replication Specialist it. Make a clone. And then obviously...
it needs to be an artifact.
Oh shit, it doesn't need to be an artifact. Okay, well, I simply cannot pay for that. Okay, that's fine. So we'll do that. Yeah, that's bad.
If you want to back up, I'm fine with you backing up.
I would, if you're okay with it.
Yep, totally fine.
I don't know if I've ever noticed that that says artifact before. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even back when it released, I was looking at it like,
I would feel about it if it was copy anything.
I'd feel good.
Still adding 2 to the cost.
I'd feel great.
Yeah, I mean,
I
copying a
feel real
4-drop,
good.
it's pretty good.
All right, well, I'm going to do something similar. I'm going to play a Circuit Mender in that case.
Okay.
So, not really changing
Gain
much
2.
here.
Oh, you can copy that.
Yeah,
You gain 4.
I gained 4. I was just hoping to get some treasure tokens to hopefully make for, I guess, a bigger turn later on. I feel like I got to do something to get back ahead here, but not this turn. Okay, so you currently have 1 human token that flies. I'm going to go to combat here. Oh.
Yep.
And I'm going to attack with the... We'll get both in here, I think. Yeah, we'll get in with the Pilgrim's Eye and the Replication Specialist.
Take it. Take 4.
All right, sounds good. And then I will pass.
Untap. Draw. Sweet Tooth triggers, creates a food token.
Yes, it does.
Serent Seal Seeker triggers. I don't actually need to reveal that, but that's fine. I'm actually gonna put that in the graveyard.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
And let's see. A land.
Okay. On the count to 8 mana, we are currently at what appears to be 7.
7.
Horrifying.
Okay. So yeah, but it doesn't work. Okay. I am going to pay 4 and play a Junk Winder.
Oh boy. All right.
Problem is I don't actually have a follow-up.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
But I will
Tap the Junk Winder. You're allowed.
tap the Steel Seeker.
That's fair.
I'm going to sacrifice the case.
Okay. Yep.
Put 4 counters on
Going
my
clue or
food
food?
token.
Food. So it basically becomes a bird.
Which means it. Yes, but I cannot attack with it because it just came into play this turn. And then I will.
Man,
pass.
this guy always pays attention. I was ready to take 4.
That's okay.
I almost left the Pilgrim's Eye up. All right. Untap, draw. Hit my mic. Okay. I'm gonna play a land for turn. I'm not gonna do what I had originally set out to do a couple turns ago because I've learned what Replication Specialist text is. So that, that helps. I am, however, going to still play the following card, which is Acidic Slime. I was hoping to get 2 Acidic Slimes out there. Turns out that he's not an artifact, and you can't copy non-artifacts. We're going to be pointing it at the Idol of Oblivion.
That seems right. Okay, it does.
Yeah. Now, as for my follow-up, you're not going to believe this, but you have a 4/4 flyer.
I do.
And a 5/6 on the ground. So.
But you have a Death Toucher.
I do, exactly, yes. And many creatures I would love to block with. So I think we're at a tiny bit of a stalemate here. So I will pass to you.
Untap, draw. Sweet Tooth triggers.
Yes,
I have
it does.
1 food token. I will put a counter on my Glimmer Bairn.
2 counters.
Just 1. I only have 1 food.
It's 1+.
Is it 1+?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right. Man, 2 counters. I think I played that wrong.
All right,
last
now
game.
you know what? I'll let you take it back. Now we're even.
3-4. That goes to the graveyard. Okay, so I'm going to pay the reverse engineer
That
to
sucks.
improvise.
That's real bad.
Draw 3 cards.
Surely they're all duds. Oh my god, you only have 13 cards left in your deck?
Yeah, I'm getting a little low.
Wait a minute. Wait, we're just gonna mill this guy. Hold on. No,
So I will play a
that junk
land.
winder will kill me if I don't do something.
Let's go to combat.
Yeah.
I'm going to swing with my food token.
That's fair. I'm not gonna block. No blocks.
And so you take turn 20. And then I am going to play a Memory Guardian for 1.
Whew.
And then I'm going to play Tough Cookie.
Oh man.
It's going to enter. I'm going to get a Steel Seeker trigger, and it's going to make a food. So I'll do the Steel Seeker trigger first.
Yep.
I'm going to leave that on top. I'm going to make a food.
That
the food trigger is going to trigger
Seeker.
Junk Winder.
Yep.
I'm going to leave that on top. It's going to trigger Junk Winder as well. I'm going to tap Acidic Slime, and it does not untap next turn. And then I will. Oh, and then I will play Ovia Pashiri.
Oh my god. This guy just casually draws 3 into 3 cards he can play on that turn.
And I'll pass.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. What I would not give for a Pyroclasm right now.
It would be a useful card in this context.
Yes. And honestly, it wouldn't even kill that many things. It could 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd still do pretty well.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually hate drafted the Pyroclasm.
Is there a Pyroclasm in this cube?
Vampire's Vengeance.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on, Lou.
I mean, it makes a token that would seem relevant. I have this weird like shift into a light red splash that I'm like probably doesn't make any sense, but it's sitting in the back pocket in case I need it.
You couldn't resist the urge to teamer.
I mean, once I got to pick like 31 and I had my deck with like 4 alternates, I was like, what else am I gonna do?
All right. I think. Look at all your flyers, man.
Oh, one of them?
Yeah, look at all. Well, you've got 3 technically.
Do I?
One's tapped, but yes.
Okay. Sorry, I was referring to ones that could block.
So you've got 2 that can block. Yeah, that's brutal. I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to play out a Rust Goliath and replicate it. It's not a 10/10. I'm prototyping it.
2, 3, 5 reaches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is not bad.
No, that's look. My 3/5 is gonna. Isn't gonna 3/4 is not gonna attack that well into it.
We are nearing board stall territory. I mean, you do have Ovia Bashiri though.
Yeah, and she's gonna make big boys.
That's gonna be really bad. Especially because every time you make one, you're gonna tap my Acidic Slime. And they oh god, they fly. Oh shit.
They do that
oh
too.
No, they fly. All right, go ahead. I don't think I'm making it out of this one. I've done some great things, but I don't think I'm making it out of this one.
Let's see. I'm like just looking. I start with that. A lot of mana for not a lot of game. Okay, let's start by making a big boy.
Yeah.
Let's tap the human token because that's not the thing I care about. We're gonna make a construct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a 9/9.
Indeed it
And
is.
then so it comes in, I'm gonna tap the I will tap a Rust Goliath.
Yep.
The problem is that as much as that's like good for me, I don't have good attacks.
No, you still can't start attacking yet, I don't think. But it's gonna get real
So
bad
I
for me
guess in the
real exponentially real quickly.
in the vein of don't start none won't be none, I guess I will pass.
Yeah. Untap draw. Well,
I like that I am 12 cards deeper than you.
it shows too.
Jesus.
Keep in mind, this is a token and this is a token.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know, got an Arcbound Slith. I guess I'll replicate it.
Okay.
If you weren't making flying double digits every turn, I feel like I could have actually got there with the 2 Sliths. Maybe. Oh, they don't have unblockable. What am I thinking? I think there's one of the newer Sliths you can like pay to make unblockable or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Well, these exist. They're both
That's right.
modular 1. Oh, wait, that's right. I need the bookcase. That's what it is. I need double
Nice.
bookcase so I can double unblockable them. All right, and then might as well, I mean, you already know it exists. I'll play out the Sailor of Means. Gonna be
Okay.
a crazy good blocker here. And I really like, I guess I'm going to combat with my 2 circuit menders.
Do I draw those cards?
Gotta do something.
I mean, I don't think I can block them in a way where they don't die.
not without killing your own stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess draw 2 cards.
Sick. All right. Probably should have attacked before I played up my cards then. Okay. Yeah, probably should have. I am gonna condense my cards real quick. So you have a 9/9 flyer. Does not have trample. You're gonna make a 10/10 flyer. You can tap my dude guy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to play a forest and I'm gonna pass.
Untap. Draw. Ooh. I'm gonna play Hard Evidence.
Yeah, that's pretty good here.
I'll make Krabby and a clue token. I will tap the Slime and the Goliath.
The untapped Goliath, presumably.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna yeah, okay. I'm going to pay 3 using Tough Cookie to activate this clue token into a 4/4 until end of turn.
Presumably the clue token that already existed.
Correct. And I'm going to move to combat.
Yes.
I'm going to swing with the Flying Clue token, the Flying Construct, Memory Guardian, the other Flying Food token, the Junk Winder, and the Glimmer Baron.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, this one's definitely going here. Let's just get that one out of the way. All right. Most of the shit flies. So the food token's getting through the memory card. Oh, I guess I do have the 3/4 flyer still. Let's see what this looks like. Oops. Here, let me just move some stuff over real quick. All right. I can go here pretty successfully. Currently, this has me taking 4, 8, a lot. Let's put a blocker here, I guess, and call it a day. So I'm looking at taking 8 in the air.
Yeah, and then I will activate Glimmer Baron and sack the food
Yeah.
token.
Okay.
Get a +2/+2, so it's a 5/6.
Sounds good to me. Anything else before damage?
I don't think so.
All right, so we're dying here, here, not there, and here.
Okay.
Ooh, I'd like to draw my box, please. There we go.
And modular trigger from the Slith.
Oh, indeed. Well, I don't really know how much it matters. I think I'll put it on the other Slith.
Nice.
Look at that guy.
I will get to my. I'm gonna pass, and so this clue token will go back to being not a clue token anymore.
Sounds good. Untap, draw. I think I'm just dead here, but I am going to play a Manglehorn and kill the Combine Chrysalis.
Okay.
And play a Heaped Harvest.
Okay.
I will go get another land tapped, and that's it for now. And I will play another land, just full of them over here. Getting ready to hard cast and duplicate Rust Goliath. All right,
Nice.
so even if I do this, go get another island here, gain 3 life to sack this. Am I still just pretty much dead here? You don't fly anymore, but you just have so many creatures. I think let's just go ahead and go to game 2.
Okay.
All right. What are we doing about that? I say, looking at my sideboard, knowing there's nothing I can do about that. I think I have to do something wild here.
Like wild. Go for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a one and done in this tournament, so might as well go out swinging, right?
Is it one and done, or is it the idea is like you can play other people if you want?
Well,
That
you
was
you
kind of the
absolutely
impression I
keep
got.
playing, but if the goal is to win, you're one and done.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna go take that out. Probably that, unfortunately.
Apparently, there are only 8 slits.
You're telling me.
That feels low to me. I feel like I'm saying it's not a sliver, it's not like iconic, but I feel like it's a thing. I'm like, oh yeah, the slits. And I'm like, there's only 8 of them.
We're doing some crazy shit here. Sure. Sure. I mean, sure. Just whatever, right? Just put it all in there. All right, I gotta cut 6 more cards.
Like, are you playing a 61 card special or?
I'm I'm considering my options heavily. Don't want that. Well, we might want that. No. We go big or go home. We don't want that. Don't want that. We don't. care about. I don't think we. Well, no, I don't think we care about that. We actually probably don't care about that either. Still play 17 lands. I think I'm sorry, Lou. This has to get out of here. Sure. We're going this is another faith play.
Part of the cards.
That's right. This is a very serious faith line we're having right now. And one more cut. Nah. 41. Okay. I call this one. Oh, why am I? Oh, no, that's right. Okay. I call this one. What if Borrelia had been banned before this tournament? And I'll be going first, and I'll be keeping.
Like, are you playing 14 lands?
You'll see.
Spooty, I feel like I have the hand you had last time where I'm like, I'm not sure I should keep this.
You're like, I can't cast anything, but that might be fine.
Part of the cards. I'm gonna keep it.
All right. Good luck. I'm going to start things off by being it my turn, and I'm going to start things off by playing a Plains. Go ahead.
Never didn't have it. Amazing.
Shit. That's bad.
I'm going to play. Does the ordering matter here? Let me think.
Probably not.
That, into that, into that. Okay, I'm gonna play Case of the Filched Falcon and make a clue token
Sure.
and pass.
Right. A draw. Gonna play a forest. Going to play an Ornithopter of Paradise and pass.
Okay. Untap, draw. Okay, I'm going to play a forest. I'm going to play a Moonsnare prototype. I'm going to tap and play Welcome to Sweet Tooth.
Whew. You're going off.
And I will pass.
All right. Untap, draw. That's not great. I'm going to tap all three to play Kutzel. And pass.
Ooh. I should have realized when you had the planes that have you gone full Bant. Let's find out. Okay. Untap, draw, Sweet Tooth trigger, make a food token.
Yep. The case is solved.
No,
I
it
guess
doesn't solve
it does
the
it
end
at
step.
the end step. Okay, yeah. I was kind of wondering how that worked.
I'm gonna play a Bountiful Landscape. I'm going to play a Tough Cookie and make another food token.
Yep. You know, it's almost like your deck's just full of good cards.
You know, individually, some of them are good and some of them are synergistically something.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm like 1 mana short of what I want to be doing, but that's okay.
I hear you, brother.
I'll move to my end step, and the case is going to solve itself,
Okay.
and then I will
Yep.
pass.
Sounds good. Untap draw. Okay. Land for turn. Okay, I think I'm doing this right. We're going to tap white and 3. Because that will allow me to do all 3 modes here, correct? That's how Spree works.
Yes.
Okay.
Pay 4 mana, you can do all of them.
So we're destroying target artifact, we're destroying target enchantment, and then I'm going to give each of my creatures a +1 counter.
Tough Cookie, we're killing case. In response, I'm going to tap Tough Cookie with Moonsnare Prototype and crack this clue token.
Okay.
Draw a card. I don't think it really makes a difference because I could have done that with other stuff too, but yeah, so those will die, and
Okay.
you get 2 things with +1/+1 counters.
And then I'm going to go to combat and attack for 4 with Kutzel.
Oh man. So you're going to draw a card and one of them connects because I can't block both of them. I
The
will
Ornithopter
take
is not
5.
attacking. Ornithopter's not attacking.
Oh,
That was
except
tapped
for
for
that, yeah.
mana. Yeah.
I will take 4, and you still draw a card.
Okay. Card drawn, and I will pass the turn.
Okay. We'll untap, draw, Sweet Tooth triggers. I will put 3 +1/+1 counters on my human token.
Sounds great.
It's 4.
Love a human token that's as big as a cat.
We are. And 4/4. Okay. I'm gonna play an island. Sweet Tooth goes away. And then we'll play Whirler Rogue.
That's a great one.
And we're gonna 1/3. I'm gonna pass.
Okay. Whoops. Untap draw. Okay. Yeah. Land for turn. Just checking something real quick. Okay. This is a difficult game, man.
You know, I thought this cube might be too gimmicky, and yet there are so many game actions because I feel like every piece has like something you can do with it.
Yeah, I feel like I've got like 15 lines I can take right now, and the brain's not braining hard enough to to feel confident in any of those lines. Okay, let me talk this out of my head here. I think we definitely want to do this. If we do that, it's likely that that happens. Okay, yeah. All right, I'm going to tap 2 for a Great Sword of Tyr,
Solid card.
and then I'm going to equip it to Kutzel.
Okay.
And I'm going to move to combat.
Deal.
And I'm going to attack with Kutzel, put a counter on it, and tap the 4/4 human.
I am going to. I'm gonna take 5.
Okay. I am going to. Guess I'll draw a card there. Sure. Yeah. Taking the 5. I'm going to draw a card.
Okay.
And I'm going to pay 2. To play a Barbed Spike.
Okay.
And pass.
I will untap, draw. I'm gonna play a land. And I'm going to cast a. Oh. That is annoying. Okay. I'm going to cast a Shardless Agent.
Okay, let's see
So
what you
that's
get.
on the stack.
Hell yeah.
Fire Husk. Not the best thing I could get, but I'll take it. These are going to go on the bottom of my library in a random order.
Someone else that respects Living Weapon, I see.
I, um, I'm going to activate Whirler Rogue, tap the 2 food tokens,
Mm-hmm.
make the human token unblockable, and swing for 4.
Okay, well, I'm definitely taking 4.
Okay. And then I will pass.
Untap draw. Okay. Yet another difficult turn. Land. We're going to get that out there. So you've got 2 cards in hand. 2 Thopter tokens as flyers. All right, I'm going to combat. And
Okay.
this time we're swinging with all 3 creatures. I am going to tap. I think we'll go ahead and tap Whirler Rogue. And then also put a counter on this. And then move to blockers.
Block Kutzel with the Germ token, Spike with a Thopter, and yeah, I'll let the Ornithopter through.
Okay, before damage, I am going to reinforce with Bannerhide Crew Shock, putting 2 counters here.
Okay.
And then we can move to damage. So Germ token dying, Thapter token dying, you take 1, and I will draw a card.
Sounds good.
Second main, I'm going to play out a Cankerbloom.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
I'm going to crack this and go get a Forest.
Sounds good.
Not looking good for the home team here.
Got to make it interesting for him. You know we were going to
yeah.
game 3 as soon as the match started.
That kitchen tapped.
Oh, not the tapped kitchen.
So I made a mistake last turn in that I needed to have cracked that land a turn earlier because I needed 2 green and I didn't have it.
Oh no.
Happens. Let's see. Don't really have a lot of good options here, unfortunately. I guess might as well. I will equip my Flare Husk to. It's gonna be a 7/7. Yeah. Let's go to game 3. I just
okay.
come out of this.
Sounds good. All right.
Okay.
I got a little lucky there. Just because it's not hyper likely I get so many white sources that early into the game. I'm really stretching my capacity thin here. I gave myself 4 planes in my sideboard that I pulled.
Nice.
All right. Now I have to think again because part of the strategy there was that I knew I was going to be on the play, and presumably you're going to be on the play here, right?
I would like to be on the play, yes.
Yeah. So I have to think once more about my best odds of winning here. Requisition rate really good, by the way. That was beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's a great card.
Actually, why don't I, if you don't mind, I'm going to take a second to write that down too. Because I know I considered that when it first released, and I think I just decided it probably wasn't good enough, but certainly in a cube.
I'm a big fan of anything that is a naturalize but has an alternate mode.
Yeah, well, the fact that you can just do any number of them is kind of wild.
Yeah.
Just built in 2-for-1 plus. It's kind of wild. Okay. Game 3 here. I don't think I can do this stuff. Not against your deck. This can probably come out. That's probably not going to get there. Okay. All right. Best of luck.
2. I'm going to keep.
I will also keep.
Kitchen, tapped, pass.
Okay, we're going to play a forest and pass.
Forest. Tough cookie.
Good turn to play.
Make a food token. Pass.
Tap draw. We're going to go plains, barbed spike. Go ahead.
Island. Shardless
Whew,
agent.
okay, all right. Oh my god. Okay.
Prototype.
Ooh, that got scary for a second there. I thought that one was going to go on the field.
Oh. Let's see. So prototype and
At least now I know it's safely on the bottom of your
yes.
deck. All right. Untap draw. Island. Question unrelated to the cards in my hand and board.
Okay.
If you animate an equipment, it falls off, right?
I think so.
I think it does too. I think there's like a rule that's like creatures cannot be equipped, period. Shall we move forward with that knowledge?
Let's see. Sure. We'll play it that way, and if we're wrong, it's fine.
If we're wrong, we'll just give it to me anyway.
That sounds right to me, but
I think
Animating
it's
Fairy?
right. We could certainly like try to look it up, but it's after 9 p.m. here. Let's just get going. I'm gonna cast Bring to Life on the Barbed Spike.
okay. So it becomes a 4/4, but not a flyer, correct?
That is correct. And I'm just gonna put this over here, but just remember that's on an adventure. Actually, I guess I can just do that. There you go.
So just put it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay.
We got it.
This is a 1/1 flyer. We're gonna go to combat, and I'm gonna attack you for 5.
Let's see. 5.
And I'll pass.
Untap. Draw. Let's see. We're gonna play Forest. Let's see.
I could really use a Kutzel equipped with a great sword of Tyr right about now.
um, I'm just played a Forest. Yeah. Like one game object short of what I want to do.
that is moderately horrifying to me, though.
Okay. So I'm going to cast. Actually, no, wait. Yeah. Actually, no. Am I? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. I'm gonna cast a Steel Seeker.
Okay.
And then I'm going to swing for 4.
All right. I am taking 4.
And then I will pass.
Untap draw. I'm going to move to combat. And I'm going to swing with both my creatures. for 5.
I'm going to take 5. Down to
Okay.
10.
Second main, I'm going to play a forest, and then I'm going to cast a Nimblethopterist.
Okay.
Okay. Make a Thopter, and I will pass.
I'm going to play Collective Resistance, destroying your Barb Spike.
Okay.
I will untap and draw. Play a land. I'm going to play Reverse Engineer.
Okay. Pretty good.
Better. And then I'm going to play Welcome to Sweet Tooth.
Also pretty good.
Or not a food token, a human token.
Very surprised to see no Sarenth triggers this turn.
Yeah. And then I will pass.
Okay. Untap draw. Combat.
Okay.
Going in with all of them.
Lock with this Charlotte's Agent.
Okay, nothing on my side. So 2 damage.
2 damage, yep.
Second main. We're going to bring in the Animating Fairy.
It's in your hand.
And then I'm going to play a Plains. And I'm going to pass.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Sweet Tooth trigger. Make a food.
Mm-hmm.
Steel Secret trigger. A card. It's a land. Put it in my hand.
Okay.
Tireless Provisioner.
Oof. Okay. That's... You don't want to see that.
Play a landscape.
Yeah.
Make a food.
Yeah.
Trigger. That can go to my graveyard. Crack the landscape.
Yep.
Go get a forest.
Making a treasure, surely.
Making a food.
Yeah.
Steel Secret trigger. That can go to my graveyard.
Not the husk.
And then you got a 2/2 flyer. I'm gonna I'm going to pass.
Okay. Untap draw. Land for turn. Combat. Attacking for 4 in the air.
No blocks.
No effects. Second main. Going to play a Circuit Mender.
Into.
Going to play an Evolution Sage.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
No counters yet, but okay.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Okay. I will pass to my turn.
All right, Sweet Tooth.
Untap. Sweet Tooth triggers. It's gonna do 5
5
+1/+1
counters on
counters.
something. Yep.
I'm gonna put them on the human.
Okay. I think I know where this is going, but I guess we'll see.
Oh, sorry, I didn't draw a card. Could be relevant. Okay.
Happens to the best of us. Sweet Tooth is also gone.
Like I said, so many things happening here.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna play an island.
Yep.
That's gonna create a food token.
Yep.
That's gonna cause a Steel Seeker trigger.
Yes, it is. Both of us desperately trying to understand your board state.
That's going to... I guess that's gonna stay on top. I'm gonna pay 1 and play a Spyglass Siren. Gonna make a map token. It's gonna trigger Steel Seeker. It's gonna stay on top. Yeah. I'm going to pay 3 and activate a food token.
Yep.
So it's a 4/4. Gonna swing with the food token and swing with the human token.
Okay. I will think for a second. Yeah, I'll block here, and that's it. So I'm looking at taking 4 right now.
Yep. You take 4, no effects.
And this will die, and I will draw a card.
Okay. And I will pass. Ooh, so do you have requisition raid into a land drop to give all your guys stuff?
It'd be pretty good, wouldn't it?
It would be.
All right, combat.
Okay.
Attacking in the air. Lethal.
Ugh.
Representing lethal.
I'm gonna block the Thopter.
Okay. Got a trade.
And then after blocks are declare.
Okay.
I'm going to pay 2 and sack a food token to gain 3.
Yep.
And that'll be a
no
trade.
responses to that. Okay. Passing priority. You good?
Yep. I take 3.
Taking 3.
Down to 4.
Okay. So let me look here. And do this. That. Okay. Pilgrim's Eye.
Okay.
Suppose I will go get planes. And I'm going to play that as my land for turn.
Okay.
And I will play a Liquid Metal Torque.
Ooh.
And I will play
Cute.
a Kami of Whispered Hopes.
Oh, I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna sack another food token to gain 3.
Very reasonable. I don't know if I'm going to be able to outrace the Provisioner at this rate. We'll see.
Okay, so I'm going to pay 5 and play a Wave Sifter.
Yep.
That makes 2 clues, which means I get 2 Steel Seeker triggers. First one, I'm gonna move to the graveyard. And the second one, that what this game's gonna be about? That's the question. I'm a little concerned about other things that need to happen. Like blocking requisition raid proliferate shenaniganness.
It'd be
You know
pretty
what?
good.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep that on top. I'm going to play a land.
Yep.
Gonna make a treasure token.
Ooh.
Steel Seeker trigger, but I'm gonna leave it on top.
Sure.
And go to combat.
Mm-hmm.
Swing with the 5/5.
6/6.
6/6.
I I guess I'll take it. Go to 8.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out exactly what you have, but
Me too, brother.
yeah. Yes.
All right, untap draw. Currently have the ability to pop 2 more foods. Just 2, right? You've got the 3 lands, you've got a treasure, and then you have the Moon Snare prototype, so you've got 5 potential mana. Does this do anything for me right now?
I'm actually quite terrified of you playing this. So like, I assume you don't have raid because I think you would have played it at this point. But
Raid would have been really sick. So yes, if I had had raid, I would have played it.
Raid into land would be 4 counters on everything.
Yeah. I also think if I'd had it last turn, I think I could have. It wouldn't have been lethal, but I could have forced kind of a noose scenario. You know what I mean? Like I could have been like, all right, yeah, you're not dead, but yeah. Yeah, we'll just be upfront about that. No requisition raid in hand. I think this has been a match of who dares wins right now, and just going for the big meaty plays, the wild low percentage plays, because I think that's the only way I win this matchup is by shooting the moon a bunch. So I think what I'm gonna do here.
Oh god.
I'm going to go to combat. And I'm going to attack with the animating fairy. Move to blockers.
I will put Wave Sifter on it.
Okay, they trade.
Okay.
And then second main, I am going to play an Ornithopter of Paradise.
Okay.
And I'm going to pass.
Okay, I'm going to start by cracking a map token.
Sure, man.
Targeting my tough cookie.
That sounds great. I'm going to read the wall of text that is map token real quick.
So it just means it explores. So I reveal the top card.
Yep.
So Idol of Oblivion, and I can choose if I want to keep it or not. I'm going to keep it, so I put +1 counter on a cookie.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. And then I might as well crack a food token and gain 3 life, so
Might
I
as
don't
well,
just die
right?
out of nowhere. So then I will untap.
Wouldn't want you
draw.
forgetting your food token crack. Of course not.
Right, so let's play a land.
All right.
Which is going to then create a treasure token.
Okay. Oh, he's got the confidence or
going,
something now. He stopped making
I'm not sure I
food.
do, in fact, but the Tranquil Landscape, so it's going to go into my hand.
Yep.
I'm going to cast an Idol of Oblivion.
Yep.
I've made a token. So actually, I can make the 10/10.
You could make the 10/10.
But I'm going to draw a card.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to
Oh boy.
pay 6 and make both my clue tokens into 4/4s.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
And then I'm going to move to combat and swing with those 3.
Yeah. Just thinking.
Take as much time as you need.
It doesn't really change anything. I will. I'll block as such. So 4 is getting through right now.
2 jumps and 4 gets through.
Yep.
And then I am going to pass. And so my clue tokens will deanimate.
Yes. All right. Well, there comes a time in every man's life when he has to know what he was brought onto this world to do. And I know my place.
I'm excited. I want to know what this is real bad.
I knew from the start of the draft.
Are you making a 10/10?
From the start of the draft, I actually thought I might win the tournament. But from pick 5 and onward, I knew I wasn't winning this tournament. Frankly, I'm surprised I made it to batch 2. But I had one goal. And that is to hardcast a Rust Goliath.
Love it. Love it so much.
Now, it's a little bit dampered by the fact that I believe I'm dead, especially hampered by the fact that you can just make your own 10/10, which I found very funny.
I mean, it also
mine
costs
has reach.
It does have reach. That's true. And my things don't fly.
It's true. But it's got trample. But that's my turn. Go ahead. I'm pretty sure I'm just dead here.
I'm not cracking anything.
There were a couple turns ago, I considered just playing it as the prototype. And I was just like, I mean, yeah, I would get a 3/5 reach trample. That's fine. But you have a 6/6. Like, I'm not... That doesn't matter.
I'm going to start by playing Tranquil Landscape.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to make a food token. Steel Seeker trigger. Ooh, I get an island.
Oh, please, God, mill yourself somehow. Just accidentally mill yourself. Misclick on Idol of Oblivion and draw a card. Mill yourself
What do I
out.
still have in my in my deck? Okay.
I'm sure we'll see it all this turn, man.
I'll make another food token.
Yep.
Steel Seeker
Steel
trigger.
Seeker? Yeah.
That will stay on top. I will tap Idol of Oblivion, draw a card.
You're not even going to meet me with the 10/10s?
I'll play Junkwinder. I'm going to play Hard Evidence. Crab and Clue, tap to Goliath and the Sage.
You two tried. You really did. Thank you, Evolution Sage,
see.
for all of your
1,
proliferate
2,
triggers. Truly
3,
the
4,
MVP of my
5, 6,
my deck.
7, 8, 9. Make 3 4/4s and swing with all of that.
All right, I think what we're gonna do here, we're gonna just block as such.
Multi-block?
Yeah,
Multi-block, love it.
block. I'm gonna monstrous my 100 winged one.
Have you ever
GG, man.
seen there's a guy who posts good games. There's a guy who posts the cube subreddit occasionally. He has like a legacy board game cube where he puts stickers on the cards over time and they keep getting better. And some of them are like absolutely bananas. But I feel like you want to put like the monstrous 100-handed one text on like some like ludicrous like like Ornithopter Paradise. It's like, okay, I can pay like this and make it block everything.
Yeah, so it's probably obvious. After game 1, I felt the only reason why, or the only way that I could beat you in game 2 and 3 would be to just shoot the moon and end up drawing an incredibly aggro curve out hand and just get you. And I don't have that. I certainly have it a lot more if I board in all my Selesnya cards and whatnot, but you're getting high risk, high reward there because my mana becomes absolutely hideous when I do that.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm not doing that to begin with. And I ended up getting exactly what I was asking for in game 2, and it worked. And game 3,
and the weakness of this deck is it does not have great interaction.
Sure,
and
yeah.
So if you can stick like a bigger threat, I have trouble dealing with it. And so like,
yep.
Like in this game, my plan when you had the flyers, I was like, I'm just gonna make more food and just try to outfood you.
Yeah.
Until I draw like other better cards.
I think you cracked 4 or 5 food that game, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So it's certainly enough that it made a huge difference. And yeah, I mean, I actually I mounted more of an aggressive start in this game than I expected myself to do. So, being able to just naturally go Forest Plains Island was pretty good.
I made a mistake early on when you'd had the barbed spike. I should have killed it before it attacked. What I didn't want to have happen was I didn't want you to have like a protection spell. Or so the issue is I had 5 mana. But the only way I could have the 5th mana was if I had an untapped artifact. What I should have done was, and so what I was thinking in my head was like, okay, well I want to have a 4/4 back, so I need to keep the food token back. But then I attacked with the 2/2/2s, but then I was like, oh crap, because if I play the Steel Seeker, I can make it a 4/4, but then I can't destroy the barbed spike or make my creature indestructible. And I was just like, I've overthought this.
Well, I did pick up on that after I dealt the 5 and then you killed it after. I was like, oh. And I was kind of like, well, you know what? He probably was waiting to see if I played an enchantment so he could get me. Little does he know, I don't think I have any of those.
I thought you might play a Manglehorn and try to kill one of my artifact creatures, and I would have saved that and killed the thing. So I was trying to 2-for-1 it, but I think I should have just been like, no, just take your value and like kill it.
Well, certainly killing it did make a big difference as well. Me losing out on my one big attacker really put a damper on things, and that's why when I played out the fairy on what I think was the following turn, maybe, and you're like, "What do you have in your hand?" I mean, I was looking at. I mean, you see most of it here. It was like this was like my hand, and I'm just sitting here like, "Oh no." I also had that.
Well, when you played I think you played the Sage, and you had like 3 cards left. And I was being like, "Oh shit! Like you could actually this could be bad."
Yeah, I would have loved for some more interesting things on that following turn. Yeah, I actually considered playing the Sage and proliferating on the very turn that you killed my guy, but I was like, well, no, that doesn't really that doesn't advance my board state almost at all. And I'm really glad I didn't do that because you definitely would have killed my guy then.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
100%.
So I felt pretty good. Then I'm like, hell yeah, okay. But then yeah, I was just I drew the Goliath, and that always felt good, especially when I look down and I'm like, oh my god, I'm already at 9 mana. What is happening? But yeah.
You know, I will say, so this is like one of the few times where Tyler's Provisioner isn't making treasures. I was like, I'm gonna make food tokens. I need food. I need health.
Yeah.
But like the most explosive version of this deck is just like Provisioner into land, into something, and then suddenly I've got like 100 things on the battlefield, and I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, Provisioner is easily one of the best cards, if not the best card in the deck. I mean, I think you first picked it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was going to be one of my early, like, that was one of my top 3 picks if I was in green. So definitely,
Well, I think you and I planned a very similar deck at the very beginning, and I
we
think
did.
you got
Yeah.
scared off when I was like, I'm going for it.
Well, the thing
uh,
that I always try to avoid in rotisserie, it's not so much not being people's colors, because that's inevitable. It's being in the exact same deck as somebody.
well, and this is the
And
problem with
yeah.
Berylio, is that I never know what deck he's drafting, and he changes his mind half the time.
Well, yes, because Berylio is very single card equity drafter. So he will
Yeah,
just
that's fair.
take a card, and then at the end he might be like, these kind of work together. But generally speaking, he kind of just takes good cards for like the first, I don't know, 3/4 of the draft, 2/3 of the draft. It feels like, which is honestly a great way to do a rotisserie draft. Um, I just find it more
I
fun to
was
kind
gonna
of
make a
find a lane and work within it.
I was gonna make a joke. I think someone posted in the Discord they made some comment like, Lou doubled his cube size and it got even better. And I
Yeah,
was like, well, if you keep doubling it, eventually you can have every uncommon possible, and then you just pick every
exactly.
uncommon uncommon.
And then we can just play constructed.
Hey.
Oh,
Um,
but it's Singleton.
I
Tell you
have,
what, let's do 100 card decks then.
and maybe there's a special card that you pick at the beginning that like you can always play.
True. Yeah, tell you what, your first pick, you're allowed to just put it into like a different zone that you can just have as like an 8th card in your hand.
There's a comic. I don't know if it's some stupid comic that I don't remember what it was, but it was like they finally resurrected Ted Williams because his brain got frozen. Right, that's a thing. He's a baseball player. And it was
Mhm.
like, they're telling him about all the changes they made to baseball. And they're like, we put nets up so the ball can't leave the field, and you score by getting into the outfield. And he's like, you made baseball arena football. And I don't know, it's not a good joke. I don't know why it's in my head. It's been there for a long time. I feel like it's just like, yeah, we're going to make Commander, but with hookers.
Hookers.
It'll be even better.
Oh
We'll have our
man.
own Commander. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, that
yeah,
was that was a
like
lot
British
closer than I
referenced
thought that
was,
match was going to be.
I think for all that you thought your deck was bad, like it does its job. Like I think if like, I'm gonna say something and it's gonna sound like I'm disparaging it, but I'm really not. I think you have the level 1 deck. I
Oh
think
yeah.
you have the deck of like, I'm going to pick the cards that do something, and they're not like necessarily the most synergistic together, but I'm gonna pick like mostly decent cards that I'm going to like play them in an order that makes sense, and I'm gonna have big guys from turn 4 plus, and I'm gonna interact with you. And it's like, this is the baseline that your trinkety IKEA gun needs to beat.
Yeah. I think that's fair. That's kind of I think I said the same thing to Cavs, but like I messaged Lou early on, maybe like pick 3, and I was like, in a world where everyone is packing artifact creatures and artifact hate, take the green non-artifact creatures. You know what I mean? Just like take
Oh,
beefy
makes
guys
sense.
that outcurve, can't get hit by the artifact removal, and then also take like 15 Rex Sages. Which in the draft, I felt like I had taken so many. I really don't
You
have
only have
that
like
many.
3 of them.
I did. I took like 3. I've got Acidic Slime, I have Manglehorn, and then I have, I guess, Requisition Raid counts as one. I have another one that's like, there's a green one that I
Cankerbloom.
have. What is it?
Anchorbloom.
Yes, Kankerbloom. Yeah. And I was in my head when I took the Liquid Metal Torque, I was like, this is going to be sick because my whole deck is Naturalize effects. So that thing's just going to make everything a perfect removal spell. And it has not come up once. And in fact, like, I play maybe one Naturalize effect a game because it's really still not that many cards of the deck.
Yeah.
It did make me a
Spend
little
more
bit
time.
sad to realize I couldn't clone my acidic slime though.
Yeah, sorry.
It's fine. You didn't make the card. You only read it.
Yeah, I can see some ways your deck could improve, but like there are good cards here.
Yeah. I worked
I feel like you
harder in this draft I think I've ever worked in a draft in my life.
yeah, you had to scrap a little bit.
We won't talk about the time that I woke up at 3 a.m. and couldn't get back to sleep because I was just stressing out about what direction I needed to go, so I started planning for like an hour straight in the middle of the night.
I mean, I will also say that so like I did most of this draft when I was like 5 hours ahead of you guys. And so
Yeah.
like I was in work meetings and I saw it was my turn and I had to be like discreetly with my phone being like, shit, what am I taking?
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool. Well,
this is definitely an interesting draft experience for me.
I'm kind of excited to watch it now because I'm gonna make fun of all of you guys. Slash trying to figure out what you're doing. Um, yeah, I'm intrigued to see how you guys like my stuff because I feel like I put a lot of build arounds in there and I'm not sure if they're gonna get picked up. Which who knows?
Well, I know me and Evan were kind of going through and looking at your cube at the gym last weekend, and I think because we were kind of talking about what are you going to first pick? I don't know what are you going to first pick, and of course neither of us are fully set in stone. But yeah, I switched what I was thinking like 3 or 4 times, and I kept actually one of the funniest things that happened was first I started with okay, I know this guy. Uh, this guy is playing rares. He's breaking rarity for some cards. So I was like, so
Not that
first
many
things first.
anymore.
Yeah, not that many anymore. Well, and funny enough, it I don't want to call them irrelevant, but my immediate reaction was I filtered it to just the rares and started reading through them. Like, okay, and like the first time I saw one that I was like, it has madness or it cares about discarding, I was like, okay, so this is for the madness deck. That's fine. And then I said that like 10 more times by the time I was done. And it was like 2/3 of them were just rares simply for the madness archetype.
Trying to make madness work.
Yeah. And we got to the end. And we were just cracking up. I'm like, all right, well, never mind. I don't have to care about the rares. Let's try something else.
I think it's for the madness deck and
You have a board wipe.
it's 2 board wipes. There's a
Yes,
white and
two
a black
board
one.
wipes. That's right. Yeah. And I was just
It used to be
like,
more, but
okay.
but weirdly, like a bunch of them have gotten downshifted,
Uh huh.
which is like cool. And then it's like some lands. I was actually the other update I may pull before we do the draft is I'm debating cutting the second cycle of landscapes and replacing them with shock lands.
I would highly recommend that because I do think it completely changes the dynamic of the cube in a good way. That is one thing that we were talking about is how like you have like 10 evolving wilds, 10 terramorphic expanse, 20 landscapes. We were just looking, we're like, okay, so I was like, well, maybe I'll play like the landfall deck. And then I looked and there really wasn't a
Really
landfall
is a landfall
deck.
deck.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna draft a single land until like pick 34.
So the logic behind it is it's like there's a couple landfall cards that's like a couple like literally 2 I think or maybe 3. Um, it's a function of wanting an ability to I want like I like Ash Barrens because you can play it turn 1 and get mana off of it, or you can play it to get mana, and then you can
Mm,
choose whether or not it's a choice of either cycling it or doing it, which is in
yeah.
some ways different than the landscapes. Honestly, I think most of it is to support like Brainstorm and Brain Surge being actual like draw engines.
But do you need
Which
like 50 hits, like your entire mana base to be?
yeah, I I am probably in the sauce here. The
Just a
other thing I
bit,
realized is
yeah.
I'm playing a bunch of the like the land fetchers, the Lord of the Rings ones,
Uh huh,
but
yeah.
because I'm not playing any typed
Oh,
duels, like
yes.
they don't do much.
Actually, that
I'm
was
like,
an
yeah,
entire conversation me and Evan had as well, because I think I said, I was like, I could first pick one of that. Literally, is exactly what you just said. I was like, I might just first pick one of these because I've been really, really liking them recently. And then I looked and I was like, wait, they don't grab shit. I was like, why does he
yeah.
have so
Yeah,
many lands like this?
the other reason to have the lands is it's a very light. It helps make like the handful of delirium cards work. Which again, like I'm not sure
I,
that's a
I
deck.
don't know if you need that many.
Yeah, so that will probably happen.
I would highly recommend that. And then also, like, then maybe somebody can play aggro.
I mean, I think aggro is well supported in this cube.
Yeah, I can't argue with that because I simply do not know yet. I trust you as a cube designer most of the time. The times where I
I
don't
you know
trust you are when I see 50 evolving wilds.
yeah, that might also just be one of those things that like works in actual draft and is not going to work in a rota.
Exactly. Yeah, that is huge too. That's a big difference there too. But yeah,
Yeah,
I would maybe polish that aspect a tiny tad bit.
but yeah, there's a bunch of cards in here where I was like a little bit in the sauce, being like, we're gonna try some weird shit and see what happens.
Yeah. I'm definitely eager
Uh,
to try some stuff out. I don't want to give away all of my, because I'm still recording right now. I don't want to give away
yeah.
all of my
Well, let's wrap it up, and then I want to
yeah.
suggest a deck that I've been thinking about.
Ooh, spicy. Okay, yeah. All of you one Lou listening right now. That's all you get. See ya.